The Department of Veterans Affairs has clawed back billions of dollars that countless veterans were given as incentive to leave the military, including when it needed to downsize, according to new data obtained by NBC News. Disabled veterans have been told in the last 12 fiscal years to return nearly $3 billion in special separation pay, lump sum incentives that were offered when the U.S. had to reduce its active duty force or release slightly injured service members, the data shows. Since fiscal year 2013, the earliest year for which the VA shared data, about 122,000 veterans have returned more than $2.5 billion so far, with about $364 million still left to be recouped, according to the VA. "It felt like I would never see the light at the end of the tunnel," said Damon Bird, who struggled to repay the roughly $74,000 incentive he received to leave the Army in 2015. Bird, 54, said he and his wife had to leave their rental home in Haslett, Texas, to move in with their daughter in 2021 when the VA began withholding his monthly disability payment of more than $2,400 until he returned his separation pay. Navy veteran John Coolidge, 62, is currently fighting his case in the U.S. Court of Appeals for Veterans Claims, arguing that the VA convoluted the law to justify recouping SSB payouts. SSB was authorized by Statute 10 U.S.C. 1174A, VA Press Secretary Terrence Hayes said. Hayes said the amount of SSB must be recouped from VA disability compensation under a section of the law that applies to 1174A by virtue of a third section. Coolidge said he believes the VA is incorrectly holding many disabled veterans to a section that pertains to retirement pay, not disability. "They're wrong," he said. "They weren't supposed to take this money." Coolidge, who survived the 1989 explosion on the USS Iowa that killed 47 people, said he received about $23,000 after taxes when he took an SSB payout in 1992. He was told to pay back the money in 2017 after he filed for VA disability for PTSD and other conditions. "The VA has been withholding about $370 each month," he said. Disabled veterans have long had issues with the law. Their concerns prompted Congress to require a study on the effects recoupment has had on veterans. In 2022, the RAND Corporation, the nonprofit research group that conducted the study, found that the law forced at least 79,000 veterans to repay different types of separation benefits from 2013 to 2020. The actual number of affected veterans and the total amount of money recouped are likely much higher. The researchers noted in the study that they faced data limitations due to a major change the VA's systems underwent in 2013, leaving as many as 6 decades unaccounted for. Despite historic efforts by Congress to cement recoupment decades ago, at least one current member of Congress is now hoping to reverse it. In 2022, Representative Ruben Gallego, Democrat, Arizona, introduced a bill that would eliminate recoupment of disability benefits. "We need a statutory change," he said. While there has been bipartisan support for the measure, Gallego said the legislative progress has been slow because it is costly. Meanwhile, veterans who say they were not aware of the law when they took the payouts have been left to make significant and often agonizing life changes.